Today is the day we put a muffler back on my 1993 Honda Del Sol. Basics, you can get this done. Simple. You know, easy. Marco Colbert, Speed Recovery Finish Network. All right, guys. Today is the day we put a muffler back on my 1993 Honda Del Sol. So here's the situation. So we got the factory eBay muffler. I'm doing this video because I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys out there, some rice burners like me, you get these eBay exhausts. Exhaust is exhaust. It doesn't matter. However, the resonators and the mufflers on these little eBay, you know, wing wang exhaust systems from China, can they lack quality. So this is a muffler on an eBay exhaust. Has no baffling in it. Okay, that's why it sounds like that. Okay, this is a $30 muffler off of Amazon. Okay. All right. Here it doesn't have that ring to it. It's because it's got resonating material in it. A straight through 2.25-inch muffler to match the piping on this. We're going to go ahead and mock this up. We are going to weld on the tip as well. That way we got a nice, you know, a nice finishing touch to it. And see if we can get this thing, you know, sounding better. Right now it sounds like wing wang, and while this is, you know, this thing we were going for as loud and obnoxious as possible. We want to let everybody know who the hell we are. This thing, not so much. I kind of wanted like a sporty sound, a little bit loud. Like when you crack into VTEC, we want something with some noise, but not just loud all the time. So hopefully this old little muffler, $30 muffler off of Amazon is going to do the trick. Oh, Lord have mercy. Whew. All that just for the tip. Just for the tip. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, all that work just for the tip. That sounded weird. But anyways, so we'll see if this, you know, maybe we'll get lucky. This will just slide on, and then we'll just run like 4 tack welds around it. Moment of truth. Will the tip fit? Oh We got lucky. I think it's the only time in history that somebody got excited that only the tip fit. All right, so we'll pull this back off and kind of clean this edge up a little bit. And then we'll, probably run, a couple tack welds or something like that. And that'll look, we'll put it down flat. I mean, it'll look a little bit corny because, like, the muffler is, like, the same size as the tip. But, look, for 30 bucks, I'm happy with that. We might get really lucky and the axle back portion might just slide right into the muffler, and we'll just run a couple tack welds around it, run a couple tack welds around the tip, and this will be done. Alright, so I am not saying that this is anything spectacular, but considering I haven't touched a welder, and, well, I touch a welder maybe once or twice a year, I mean, we got some kind of consistent beads in there. Obviously, it's a, flux core, got a bunch of splatter everywhere. Trying to clean it up as good as we can with this little, what's this, wire wheel. We're going to go ahead and scratch all this up real good and, but, not terrible. Got some consistent welds in there. That's, like, way off. That's, like, really ugly right there. But, and that's a nice little booger right there. But, not bad. We're going to continue cleaning this up. We are 100% done. This is the first time I have ever custom fabbed a muffler on a car. It's not the best, but came out a lot better than what I was expecting. There's no real art to there's no formula to how you have to weld these hangers. You can really weld them however you feel is going to keep the exhaust the most sturdy and keep it where you want it within the bumper and everything like that. We welded this one here, and then we welded this one here to kind of push the muffler down so that it was not hitting here. Now we do have very little clearance, but this is very, very hard to push up. So hopefully it's not going to rub or anything like that, but I got this all painted. So, not extremely beautiful, but it'll definitely work. Now we gotta start it up, see how it sounds. Thing lowered. Definitely still loud, but so much less raspy, so much more cleaned up. 1,000 to 3,000 RPMs. It's got a little bit of, you know, to it. Gets a little louder once it gets to like 5,000. Let's get this thing out on the road and let's see what it really sounds like once we crack it all the way to like 8 grand. Super happy with how this thing sounds. It's definitely way quieter than what it is. You know, no drone, no rasp. We're gonna get on the highway and open it up a little bit, see what it sounds like. There's second. Even when you crack open into VTEC, it's still not screaming loud. Like, this is nice. This sounds really good. It sounds now more like a respectable sports car. You know, it's not like super raspy, super like wing wang. No, like it sounds really like controlled. Not a lot of rasp. I like it. If you are looking for a muffler under $40 that will perform incredibly for any Honda that you got, Honda Acura, would recommend the most. A superior option, guys. I paid $32. This muffler was at my door in, oh gosh, like 2 days. I'm not crazy about the fitment. And that's partly my fault. You know, the welding, you know, the tip is a little farther out than what it's not bad. It's a little farther out than what I would like. Maybe just a half an inch in. You know, it's also a little bit, if you guys can see, it's a little bit to the left. It's not centered. So, you know, this wasn't a perfect job. But for my first ever custom fab job, cutting an old muffler off an axle back and welding a new one on, very happy with it. You know, I don't do custom fab for a living. I weld maybe twice a year. I crack out that welder. I've used that thing probably the entire ownership of owning that titanium 125. I've cracked that thing out maybe 15 times in 5 years. A guy that only welds some random dumb project, you know, twice a year, you know, and I'm using a flux core titanium 125. I ain't a terrible welder. If I practice more, I'd probably be able to do some serious damage with that little 125, but this is what we're doing. This is what we got. Overall, just wowzers. Super impressed, super happy. Thank you, Amazon, for continuing to send me car parts for my rice burners. So you never go wrong with Amazon. Yeah, incredible product. I am super happy, and I'm super happy I could show you guys a cheap way to put on a better muffler on your Honda Acura, whatever. You don't have to go out and spend $100 on a Tenzo R muffler or the latest whatever. You have the basic concept of custom metal fab. I just know the basics. I'm very much a Dumbo when it comes to custom fabrication. I know the basics. If you know the basics, you can get this done. Simple. You know, easy. Wraps it up, guys. I'm gonna go rip this thing around and, you know, have a little fun with it before the sun goes down. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Not Speedo Coat related video, but if you guys are looking for the best, most affordable, user-friendly auto body and detail products in the world, there's one place you need to go. www.speedocoat.com. They have everything you guys need to get your projects done. Sales rep Marco. Type me in the comments. You can just type me, Marco, sales rep, in the notes in your order. All the proceeds will go to the YouTube page so we can continue making cool videos on all the rice burners that I have. By the way, both these cars were painted with Speedo Coat. Glamour clear, look phenomenal. So, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. So, catch you guys on the next one.